Welcome to the Mako Video Library series. I hope that you find the information here helpful in getting familiar with our equipment. Carefully unpack all items from the shipping box. The Mako ERO SCAN Screener OAE test system comes with all the standard accessories necessary to conduct an otoacoustic emissions test. Standard accessories include the handheld unit, probe tubes, ear tip case with various sized ear tips, a wall charger, database software kit, micro USB cable, device operation manual, quick guide, database software operation manual, and a carrying case. An optional Bluetooth printer is available with the ERO SCAN device, which fits within the carrying case for easy storage. To get started, let's review the parts of the handheld device. The probe jack is located on the top of the unit. When placing the probe, align the Mako logo with the top of the device. The probe should be firmly inserted into this port. On the front of the device, there are several test status indicators across the top. These are located above the test screen and will provide additional information while the test is in progress. There are 4 navigation buttons located on the front of the device. These buttons coordinate with commands shown on the display. On the bottom of the device is a micro USB port. This port has 2 functions. It is used to charge the device and also to transfer results to the computer. To charge the device, plug the included charger into this port and the other end of the charger into a standard wall outlet. The blue charge light will indicate charging status while the unit is plugged into the wall. A steady state light indicates the battery is fully charged. A slow blinking light indicates that charging is in progress. Now let's review the parts of the probe itself. The probe consists of 3 main parts: the probe body, the probe tube, and the ear tip. A probe tube and ear tip must be used with the probe in order to conduct a test. Always make sure that a probe tube is in place before attaching an ear tip. Select an appropriately sized ear tip and insert the ear tip onto the end of the probe. Make sure the ear tip is fully seated onto the probe. There should be no gap between the base of the ear tip and the body of the probe. If the ear tip is not fully seated, this may affect results of the test. If a probe tube gets clogged, it should be discarded and replaced. Probe tubes and ear tips should not be cleaned and reused. They are both disposable. To remove the probe tube, flip up the ear tip and use it to grip and pull the tube out of the probe head. Insert a clean probe tube into the probe head. Make sure that the tube is fully seated by firmly pressing into place. To turn on the ERO SCAN, press the down arrow key. You will see a startup screen display briefly, and then the main menu screen appear. The main menu screen displays the time at the top alongside the battery status indicator, which displays the amount of charge left in the battery. The ERO SCAN battery is designed to provide 20 hours of use time per full charge. The test protocol is displayed in the center of the main test screen, with the test choices displayed underneath. Use the arrow keys to select the item that corresponds with your test choice. To turn off the device, press and hold the up arrow key. The ERO SCAN is also defaulted to power off automatically after 1 minute of no use to conserve battery life. Inspect the patient's ear canal to make sure it is clear of debris. Choose an ear tip size that will fit snugly in the patient's ear canal. Correct sizing will become easier with practice. Clip the probe onto the patient's shirt. Gently pull up and back on the top of the pinna and insert the probe into the ear canal. Please note that when inserting the probe into a newborn ear, gently pull back and down on the earlobe to straighten the ear canal. The probe should fit snugly and stay firmly in place in the ear without holding onto the probe. The probe should not be handheld during the test, as this can introduce additional noise to the microphone inside the probe during the test procedure. If the probe does not stay in place, try a different size ear tip and reinsert the probe. From the main menu screen, select the ear to test using the appropriate arrow key. The test will begin automatically by conducting a probe check. A noise and volume bar will appear on the screen. These two indicators look at the level of the noise present and also the space or volume of the ear canal. You should see these bars decrease in size when the probe is placed in the ear. If the noise or volume bars do not decrease, try to reposition the probe, use a different ear tip size, or eliminate noise sources within the test environment. Once the bars have reached sufficient levels, the ERO SCAN will conduct a calibration test in the ear and then automatically move on to the OAE test. A signal-to-noise ratio graph will be displayed. This graph shows the level of the OAE measured above the noise level at each of the test frequencies. Once the screening test is completed, an overall result of pass or refer is displayed on the main test screen for the ear tested. To test the other ear, simply insert the probe into the test ear and select the other ear using the appropriate arrow key. Only one test is stored per ear within the device with the default settings. When storing of repeat tests are needed, consult your user manual for instruction on changing the store settings within the device. Changing this setting must be completed prior to the initiation of a new test for the results to be saved. To test a child with PE tubes in place, press and hold the left or right arrow for 3 seconds upon initiating the test. This will bypass the Auto Start Probe Check feature and go directly to the OAE test. This feature should only be used on children or adults with known PE tubes in place. To select a different test protocol, use the down arrow to select Change from the main test screen. Use the left or right arrow to scroll through the protocols available in the device. Once the desired protocol is selected, press the up arrow to return to the main menu. The new protocol will be displayed on the main test screen. Upon power up, the device will default to the last protocol selected. Open the ERO SCAN database software. Patients in the database will be displayed on the left side of the screen. Alternatively, you can display the most recently downloaded tests by selecting the Recent Results tab on this side of the screen. If a patient is selected on the left side of the screen, all of their test results will display on the right side of the screen. A test result can be highlighted to show details of the test at the bottom right of the screen. This will display a graph of the test results as well as all the numerical data. You can toggle between two different graph views by selecting the appropriate tab. Across the top is the toolbar containing many functions. Results is used to download results from the device into the database. Names is used to load names into the handheld device. Detect COM port is used when connecting the handheld device to the computer. Press this button if the device is not recognized when it is plugged into the computer. Assign to patients is used when results are downloaded to the database without using names in the device. If you store results in the device and download them to the database, you can then drag the unnamed tests into the patient names within the database. New patient is used to enter a new patient into the database. Edit patient is used to edit the information of a patient already in the database. Import patient information is used to import a list of patients from an existing Excel spreadsheet or CSV file into the database. Delete is used to delete patients or results from the database. Physicians and testers is used to enter names of physicians or testers that will appear in the drop-down menus throughout the database. These names can be assigned to a specific test that was conducted by that person or can be part of the patient record. Database icons are used to manage where the database is stored. You can create a new database or open or save an existing one. Print icons provide printing options. Print Preview will display a preview of the report before it is printed. Print will print the current selected results directly to the default printer. Report Header and Logo allows you to enter a header and logo to be displayed on the report. Spreadsheet View will display current selected results in a spreadsheet format for easier analysis or export to Excel. About provides additional details about the database software. Additionally, there is an Export and Audit tab at the top. This tab has 4 sections in the toolbar. Settings allows the user to select export settings for Oz or HiTrack. You can set the patient identifier that will be displayed on the handheld unit when patients are loaded into the device. By default, patients are identified on the device by their last and first names. Here you can also change the default language of the software. Export to Oz and Export to HiTrack will become active once the export setting is selected within the Settings section. Exporting new records or exporting all records can be selected at each export session. Audit provides reporting on test and ear changes made within the database. Results stored in the handheld device can be easily downloaded to the database. Plug the micro USB cord into the socket on the bottom of the device. Plug the other end of the USB into the computer. Turn on the ERO SCAN device. If this is the first time you are plugging this device into the computer or the device is not recognized, press the Detect COM port button. Press Results to download the test results from the handheld device into the database. You can then drag results to a patient name in the database. Press Assign to Patients button. A window will open. Simply drag the test from the left side to the appropriate patient name on the right side. Patient names can be loaded into the ERO SCAN device before testing to make saving several patients quick and easy. If using patient names in the device, you will need to set the device to store 250 tests in the Setup menu. Press the down Change arrow from the main test screen. Press the down Setup arrow. When change is displayed with the date and time, press and hold the down arrow key for 3 seconds until the green ready light at the top of the device goes out. Press the down Next arrow 3 times to reach the Save LR option. Press the right or left arrow to change to Save 250 tests. Press Yes to verify clearing of the results. Press Next to arrow through the rest of the settings to save the results. The main screen will automatically display. Open the ERO SCAN database software. Press New Patient to enter patient information into the database. Once their information is entered, press Save. Repeat this process for all patients you wish to add into the database. Plug the micro USB cord into the socket on the bottom of the ERO SCAN device. Plug the other end of the USB into the computer. Turn on the ERO SCAN device by pressing the down arrow key. If this is the first time you are plugging this device into the computer or the device is not recognized, press the Detect COM port button. Press Names to download patient names into the handheld device. A window will open. Simply drag all the names you wish to download from the database into the window. Then press Store Names. Names will now be displayed in the handheld device. Up to 50 names can be stored on the device. When conducting a test using patient names, press the down arrow key, then use the right-left arrows to scroll through the names on the device. Once the test patient is shown on the display, press the up arrow key to reach the main test screen and select your test ear to proceed as normal. Please note that every test conducted within that patient name will be saved and thus can be downloaded into the database. Results can be printed from the database. First, select a patient on the left side of the screen. Next, highlight the test to be printed on the right side of the screen. This can be done by holding the Control key of your keyboard while clicking on the individual tests, or by clicking and dragging your mouse on the square boxes in front of the tests. Once all of the tests to be printed are highlighted, press the print icon. A print preview screen will be displayed. A toolbar at the top will allow you to select your printer or allow you to print to a PDF file to attach to electronic health records. If you prefer to quickly print results after each test without storing in a database, the Direct-to-Print software offers a solution. Reports can be printed to a standard printer connected to the computer, printed to a PDF file on the computer, or printed to a label printer connected to the computer. It is important to remember that the Direct-to-Print software is not a database and will not store patient data. To print a report, open the Direct-to-Print software. Turn the ERO SCAN on and connect it to the computer using the included USB cord. Depending on your selection, the results will be printed automatically to your computer printer or saved to a PDF file in a designated file on your computer. The Home tab includes a toolbar containing the options within the Direct-to-Print software. Print to PDF will create a PDF file when the device is connected to the computer. This file can be printed, attached to a medical record, or stored in a file on your computer. Print to Default Printer will automatically print out the report on your computer printer when the device is connected to the computer. Print to Label Printer will automatically print out the results on a label printer connected to the computer. Please see the operation manual for approved label printers for this purpose. View PDF Files takes you to the default folder where PDF reports are stored on your computer. This option is only available if the Transfer to PDF option is activated. About provides additional details about the Direct-to-Print software. Additionally, there is a Settings tab at the top. This tab contains additional setting options. Boys Town Norms will display normative data on the report when active. This is independent from the setting within the device and must be active for the norms to display on the report. Print one test per page will print only one test per page. If this is not active, two tests, usually a right and left ear for one patient, will be displayed on one page. Print one test per page would be used when there are multiple patient results within the device to make sure results between patients are not printed on the same page. Report Header and Logo allows you to enter a header and logo to be displayed when the printout selection is Print to PDF or Print to Default Printer. Add Patient Name allows a patient's name to be entered so it appears on the printed report. The software requires this to be active when Print to PDF is selected and is an option for Print to Default Printer or Print to Label Printer. Use Default PDF File Name will generate a file name automatically based on the patient name entered, unit serial number, and date and time of the test, and requires no action by the user. If this is not selected, the file name can be modified before saving the PDF file. PDF Export Folder allows a default location to be selected to store the PDF files. Language allows you to change the language of the Direct-to-Print. To print the test results to the Bluetooth thermal printer, make sure the printer is turned on by pressing and holding the on-off key until it beeps. A green light will appear. If the ERO SCAN was originally ordered with the thermal printer, it will come paired to the handheld unit from the factory. If not, the printer will need to be paired to the handheld unit first. For details on pairing a Bluetooth device, please see your operator's manual or choose from the Video Library series, Pairing the ERO SCAN to the Thermal Printer. To print your results to a paired printer, press the up arrow key from the main menu screen. Press the left or right arrow key to connect to the printer. The test results will automatically print. The results may be printed multiple times. However, once a new OAE test is initiated, The printed results will be deleted from memory to make room for the new test results. If using the thermal printer, it is recommended to save test results as left-right results and print the results after each patient. The pairing of the ERO SCAN to the optional thermal printer is completed in the Setup menu. Press the down Change arrow from the main test screen. Press the down Setup arrow. When change is displayed with the date and time, press and hold the down arrow key for 3 seconds until the green ready light at the top of the device goes out. This will bring you to the pairing menu. Make sure the device that will be paired with the ERO SCAN is on. Then select Discover to initiate discovery of available Bluetooth devices. The ERO SCAN will search for available Bluetooth devices for approximately 15 seconds. During this time, the user will see the message, "Please wait," on the display, and the yellow LED will flash. Discovery can be canceled by pressing the Cancel button. When discovery is complete, all discovered devices will be shown in the order in which they were found. Devices will be shown by their name, which can vary depending on the device. A compatible thermal printer will appear, such as PRT, followed by various numbers or letters. Use the Change buttons to select the desired device, and then use the Pair button to pair the ERO SCAN to the selected device. Pairing will be confirmed with a message in the display screen. The pairing process is complete. Select Main Menu to exit the Bluetooth pairing menu and return to the main menu for testing to begin. Pairing the printer should only have to be completed one time upon initial setup. The ERO SCAN contains several setting options that allow you to customize your OAE device. The number and type of options may vary depending on the unit version. Default settings have been chosen to accommodate the most common uses. However, if these default settings do not meet your needs, the settings are easily changed in the Setup menu. From the main test screen, press the down arrow key. You will see Setup displayed on the bottom of the screen. Press the down arrow key again. You are now in the Date/Time menu, and Change is now displayed on the bottom of the screen. From here, you can also enter the next tier of setup items. To enter the next tier, press and hold the down arrow key for 3 seconds until the ready light at the top of the unit goes out. To make changes within the menu tier displayed, press the down arrow key to scroll through the items. Press the left or right arrow to make a change to a specific item. Arrow down through the menu to save changes. A flowchart schematic of the setup items is available in Appendix B of the Operation Manual. Full explanation of all setup items can also be found in the included Operation Manual. The Mako ERO SCAN is a calibrated medical device and should be handled with care. The unit should be stored and used at room temperature, and extreme heat or cold should be avoided. The ERO SCAN may be cleaned with a damp cloth or disinfectant wipe. Please follow your facility's policy and recommendations for cleaning and disinfection. Avoid excessive moisture or liquid on the unit or the probe, as this may damage the internal components. Never insert anything inside the probe head. All pieces should be carefully placed in the carrying case for transport. When packing the unit into the case, avoid tightly wrapping the cords or picking the instrument up by the cord, as this will cause additional wear and tear and strain on cords and connections. It is recommended that the ERO SCAN be serviced and calibrated once a year to ensure proper function and accuracy. Contact your local Mako distributor to schedule an annual calibration. This has been a presentation on the Mako ERO SCAN Screener OAE test system. If you would like additional information, please contact your local distributor or visit our Mako Diagnostics website.